Hey guys, welcome back to the Intersect podcast. It's officially episode 25. We've made it quarter century. The boys! We'll be interviewing Platinum Dance Company.
Dive deep into a whole lot of stuff, so make sure you stay tuned, make sure you watch, give us a like, give us a follow, and see you in the episode.
Enjoy!
Bye!
Peace!
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm Jasmine. I am a pole dance instructor at Platinum Dance Company. I have been pole dancing since 2012 and I've been teaching for...
A long time.
I'm like flashing back. Yeah, like a decade. I am a yoga teacher and a Pilates instructor as well at FS8, Alt State and Flow Yoga.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I did notice that you have an Instagram page for all of them.
I do lots. I like to separate them a little bit because I feel like pole Jasmine and yoga Jasmine don't really...
Very different personalities.
Girl. Yeah, I mean, they're the same girl, but they're not the same girl.
There's
Yeah.
Hoochie and then there's...
Yes. There's like,
Yeah.
and there's like, now everybody open your legs. Yeah, it's a little different.
Well, we definitely opened our legs.
Yeah.
My legs hurt.
Yeah, so how did you feel?
Inflexible is probably the first word I'd put, but otherwise, yeah. Sore from that one that was down there.
Your pole kisses?
Yeah.
You bruised up, hey?
Yeah, didn't you?
I didn't bruise up, no, but it just felt
Damn,
like
Missus has been treating you hard.
I'm worn in.
3 kids is
I had to
counting.
walk with my legs slightly separated.
Like a cowgirl
Yeah.
or a cowboy?
I don't think I wasn't as sore mainly because I couldn't get my leg up to do that. Whatever you lock, I still can't.
We can work on that. You can come see me at one of my very many jobs. I can help you with that. All of them. Just drop by one each day and I'll be there to help you. Yeah.
Be folded. Go to work and be like, oh, I can't do anything.
No way, you'd be more powerful, I promise.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. yeah, eventually.
Road. Go.
Okay, what's more exhausting, the physical demands of pole dancing or continuously explaining to people that it's a legitimate sport and not a sexy hobby?
Well, I think for me, it's discussing that it's not a sexy hobby because obviously I work in a very male-dominant place and the older guys are definitely like, oh, you're just doing your stripper pole. Like one guy will literally...
I would not
he
be
knows I
here
do
if I was
pole
on the
dancing,
stripper
but-
pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I'd
like,
be
well,
running
have
my
you
money.
Yeah, he's like, have you been doing your stripper pole? But like actually knows that it's just dancing, but yeah.
Is he doing it to kind of like shoot like a little shot at you?
I think at first maybe, but now I've sort of like gotten used to it and it's like, oh, like I understand he's just sort of making a joke and I think he knows that it is actual proper fitness and a dance.
We should get him down and see how he feels after it.
Well, we actually call it pole fitness.
Pole fitness.
Yeah. Yeah, not slutty stripper dancing. It's pole fitness.
That used to be the name.
Yeah.
We've changed it. I think it's the physical exhaustion because I don't actually even bother to explain anymore.
Yeah.
If people want to believe that, say those things, and a lot of the people that do, it's the novelty of it and the stigma that's attached to it. And I just go, yep, that's it.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
Why don't you
That's
come
like-
along?
Join me at stripper
when
class.
they're walking or like a cowgirl out the door,
Yeah.
then you kind of get your own back.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that as well. Like anyone that walks in, like when I said I went to walk in and I was like, Steph was like, where are you? Just around the corner. I was like, oh, that's right. I'll go say hi. And I went to open the door and I was like, there is more than one person in there. And I turned around and went, I'm waiting. I can't do this. Not a chance. And then we walked in.
You have to come.
Yeah.
We were shitting our pants.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I walked to
That's
Steph,
absolute free.
I walked to Steph and I was like, there's more than one person. I think there's a class. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, are we early? Are we late? What's wrong?
If it's any consolation, when I rocked up today, I was messaging the group chat saying, is anyone here? Because is anyone coming soon? I'm here.
I sat in my car.
Sorry.
I didn't want to knock on the door.
I sat
by
in my
myself.
car and waited for Carly. I was like, I'll just wait.
I was literally watching the clock and
Not
I was like,
'cause you
okay,
said.
it's like 6 minutes to get there. I'll just, all right, now I'll leave.
And I'll
one
get there
wants to be
exactly at 4
before.
p.m.
Literally.
It's so nerve wracking though, and it's like, I mean, you do, once you're in here and you start, you kind of get out of your comfort zone, but the first like 5-10 minutes, you fucking have an anxiety attack to try and bring yourself to it and sit down and try and get relaxed.
I suppose it's not the typical experience to be in with a microphone and cameras and
Yeah.
And
your
going to some
answers
random
recorded.
person's
Yeah,
Yes.
some random
Yes.
person's house.
Yeah.
Rocking
Yeah.
up.
You're the random person. Whose house? Your house?
This
Oh yeah, I stay here. Yeah. How do you guys feel doing a second interview, but outside of your environment and in our environment?
Good question.
Oh, it's definitely different coming in because I feel like after you've had it, like we got to dance together and had a good laugh and I get all the energy moving. I feel like more energy for the one after because we just moved and laughed and everything. But otherwise, I'm okay. How do you guys feel?
Better actually because we've done it once, so you know.
Yeah, true. It's not the.
Yeah.
You know, not scary random people.
Yeah, strange men aren't really
Stranger
great for
danger.
girls, if you have heard. Yeah.
But hey, beforehand we did get half naked, and that kind of just solidified our friendship.
We're bonded.
Broke the
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah. By booty shorts. Aww.
What do you think the stigma around pole dancing is rooted in sexism, fear, or self-expression?
Society from the start of time. And just the judgment that gets put onto women from childhood up until you grow from the world. So I think it's just rooted in that. Like you find it in every aspect of life. There's whorephobia constantly, and being scantily clad, dancing around a pole is one of the, I suppose, easy ways to be like, you, you're a skank. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's genuinely problem in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
think also because, of course, it comes from there. That's the exposure that most people are used to with
Of the
pole.
sex workers.
You know, you don't talk about things. There's a lot of acrobatics pole and things like that that has been around for years, but people aren't exposed to that. So I've found through like my journey, when I first started pole, people would make those jokes, and people generally do when they first meet me. But if they see what I do, then they start thinking the other side of it. I just think that or pole hasn't had the exposure in different artistic temperaments or the fitness aspect or the sporting aspect that it has in the stripper aspect, I guess. So,
We've all got very different styles of pole dance. Like us four pole dancers we all dance really differently, and we've all got really different expressions on it. Like Carly, she's like quite powerful. She can hold herself up in the air. And these girls, oh my God, they're like the most beautiful, floaty, floaty.
Angels.
And you're very athletic, Gracie. You're very powerful as well. Yeah. Deja floats.
And
Even when she
Jasmine's
falls.
just a whore.
The queen of the hoochies. Yeah.
and you look good doing it.
Thank you. There's also
So
nothing
good.
wrong, I'd like to say, with like dancing in that way. So I feel like even though there is the stigma attached to it, if you want to dance and like you're an adult woman, you can dance however you want to dance. And if you want to shake it, you should shake it. Like it feels good. Like, yeah. So there's nothing wrong. Yeah.
I've done some jazz classes, like normal dancing, like jazz style classes that are
Not me.
just as
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
no one cares.
Yeah.
Like, you compete on stage with your whole ass out.
Yeah.
The same.
In a fishnet. And they're like,
Yeah.
yes, that's fine.
Fishnet
Yeah.
tights.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there
Yeah.
and you're like
Pole.
down
Yeah.
your leg,
Yeah.
and no one cares because
That's jazz.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck a hand
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
as soon as you add a pair of
pole.
heels or a pole or anything that's kind of attached to the stripper world, like
I feel like it is a lot surrounded with the heels.
Oh my God, the heels. People are like, when you wear them.
Even just a platform.
I felt so sexy wearing them though,
You looked good. You looked
Oh, yeah.
good.
and felt sexy.
I mean, I was a little intimidated.
You were just a little baby.
and you still have your ankles.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I was on my tippy toes like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is it is very, very different to see other people's point of view on the whole thing, because you can go from like dancing, especially my daughters, like
They dance.
they
Yeah.
dance. There's nothing about it, but if they wanted to express whatever they wanted with a pole, right? Everyone's just gonna go, what the fuck?
I'm lucky in the way that my parents are so supportive of everything that I do. My dad's like, Why are you not on OnlyFans? You can post pictures of you. You can post. You can post pictures of you in just a bikini. Can you not? Like that's what.
Can you not make money out of it?
Is that not
Yeah,
what
like,
you're
for
already
free.
doing on Instagram? Like, free money. I was like, yeah, well, fair. Like, there's obviously not naked. It's just not naked on the internet.
There's a line to what her father is supporting.
No. He's not supporting that. But like, there's.
Stacia's dad comes to the competitions.
He does.
So he comes down. So does her mum. So like we competed in a competition last year. Yeah, Stacia's mum sewed her costume. Her dad was down there. Her boyfriend was down there. Like it was actually like, oh, this is so cute. And then it was really nice to have your dad be like so proud of you. And it was like, oh,
he loves it.
What a good dad.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Like that's the good thing. Like there is people in the world that don't care and mind their own
I
business.
think it's probably because he sees it not as the sport that everyone else sees it.
Yeah.
He sits there and he
sees it as
goes, holy shit, how is she holding herself like that?
Yeah.
He's like, that I could never in a million years.
And he's like, my daughter's happy.
Yeah,
Look how happy
exactly.
she is. She's
Exactly.
shining. Yeah.
I have had an experience with someone in my life that wasn't incredibly supportive, and after many arguments, I got a bit curious to their standpoint, and talking to other people, I developed an understanding that it wasn't the way that they understood what it gave me, but they had obviously their views and their stigma attached to it, but it was the way other people were viewing me. Yeah. So I had a conversation with someone who I used to date a very long time ago, and I said, would you ever have a problem with me performing on stage at a kids' dance concert? And they said, yeah, that'd make me uncomfortable. They're a very confident person, not jealous at all. And I was really surprised by their answer. And they said, because every dad in that place will be watching you thinking that you're a stripper. But I think we're used to it. I don't know about you, but as a female, I'm used to, when I was much younger, of course, I'm a bit older now. It doesn't happen very often these days. But you'd walk down the street and you'd be, people would look at you, you'd get the whistles, you'd get the comments, things like that. So you are treated like that regardless of what you're doing. So you might as well be doing something you enjoy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you're doing. You're going to get objectified no matter what. You might as well.
And I
do
think
things
it
that make you
also
happy.
comes back to like the exposure of pole dancing. Like I have had family members where it's like, oh, why are you doing that? But then when they've seen me do it, they've actually changed their minds and they're like, oh, wow, this is actually amazing. Like you're so strong. Like you've got so much strength. And like my auntie, she will show her little girls that are, how old are they? 5 and 3 or 4, and yeah, they absolutely, like one of them absolutely loves it, and like she'll be in the lounge room trying to be like, oh, I'm being like Gracie. Her dad will just be like, not yet, you're not.
Gracie's a grown up.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you got there? Big fella?
Oh no, your cards.
Oh,
Where are they? I know.
Fern, help me out. Yeah, I'm out.
Fern.
I didn't have enough time. You had a day and a half. He rocked up
Wife had
this afternoon.
Here are my
Facts.
cards. Here are my cards. I've
Yeah,
got my
it's wrong.
Intersect. You're gonna have to put that over my hands. Did you think it was going to be easy or hard? What was your brain coming in? What was your
Before?
thoughts? Yeah, and during.
Saying hi, difficult. Doing it, not that bad.
I think I would have to say that the physical side of it wasn't as difficult.
That's good. Yeah.
Just the holding on with legs was,
Yeah,
God
it
knows.
was
Painful.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. Yeah,
It
none
was
of that.
very, very painful. Like
It's like difficult in a different way.
Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
yes.
I felt like, because I was watching you do the flag a few times, or
The
the
INX.
INX.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the eagle.
not slinging my legs up that high, but I felt like if I was taught properly,
Yeah, you got the
I
potential.
could probably do it.
It's just the conditioning. Like, there's no way I could put in those hours to get my legs like that. It's
That's
just
the thing with pole. It takes
Yeah,
a lot
like
of dedication.
Yeah.
If to get good at it, it takes a long time to make it look effortless. Like so much effort goes into the effortless look of it all, and like it's dedication. But saying that, like you said, it's actually not too physically demanding on an intro class, and people are always like, "I'm scared. It's going to be hard." It's like it is hard, but also it's like
Literally,
Yeah.
the first
like
week
you're
is
going to be
just
all right.
Show
Yeah,
up, make sure you get your conditioning down, and then
walk
from
through the
there, it's
door.
kind of-
Yeah.
Oh,
Learning how to coordinate your body in a certain
Yeah.
way and
Yeah.
where to put your feet. Like we go back to doing intro classes every now and then, and we're like,
This is difficult.
Yeah.
why is this hard?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just
Yeah, you
Very-
get used to doing step 7, you forget about step 2.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
just jump
You got to
straight
go to
it.
step 1 every now and again. Yeah,
Definitely.
always
That's
go back to
stretching.
basics.
Yeah.
I do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah, another
I
big
skip it.
thing as well, it's like you've got your strength, mobility, flexibility. Those two are different things as well.
Yeah.
So your mobility is your strength through your flexibility. So if you're lifting a leg like that and holding it, that's mobility. Whereas if you're pulling your leg, that's flexibility.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you've
you
got to
could
have
do
like all three.
Hey, can straighten my leg.
He has strength and like he's trying. Yeah.
He's not trying.
He's trying. He tried in the time. But that's the thing with pole, unlike a lot of the sports or like going to the gym, like you guys go to the gym, you work through primarily strengthening, right? Like at pole, to get to a high level, if that's what you want, you have to be flexible, strong and mobile. It's not just one, you've got to do
Yeah.
it all. Yeah.
And you don't
Yeah.
want to be like too flexible without having the strength.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's when
That's where problems
injuries.
happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to dive a little bit into a bit of mental health. How did pole dance? Or first of all, how did you guys get into pole dancing? Like, what was the thing that kind of drove you to it?
So I joined for fun. I had a few friends, and Jasmine had the studio in her garage at the time, so she only had 3 poles. And I went along with a friend, and we gave it a go. And I felt like a big kid, if I'm honest. It's like when you're really young and you're doing tricks on the monkey bars and things like that, and trying to nail everything. And I just wanted to do more head upside down, climb.
It is very playful. It's very fun.
And
yeah.
and I'm very tenacious when I want to nail a trick, I want to nail it. So I went
Very
out with it.
determined.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So and I kept with it even when Jasmine closed down. I kept doing some stuff at home and then kept with it after that. So and then she kindly suggested many times that I
Yeah.
Little
She's going to be down the line. She dragged me into it.
yeah.
Jackie.
Bullied.
Please teach. I need you, Carly. Please. It was like that. Yeah.
it was a little bit hard because if Jazz was sick, we'd have to replace. Yeah,
And I've got little kids, so,
all
it's
little kids were
hard.
sick,
Yeah.
So yes, I got encouraged to go and get my certification and help out. So that's where I'm at now.
And how much are you helping a week?
I do 2 classes. I do intro, who I love, and beginner intermediates, tricks, and combos.
Do you think it helped your mental health?
Oh, absolutely. I come across in my social life as someone who's very confident, but I'm actually not. I actually feel a lot of social anxiety, and like many other people out there, I have body issues where I'm not confident in my body and how I look. But as we talked about before, when you start pole, you really become focused on what you're doing and everything else. So, I kind of strip off, but it's just pretty much it's so you can be able to stick to the pole and things like that. And it becomes more of a functionality, or you become very confident and you love your body a little bit more for what it can do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of started getting into pole dancing from social media. I saw a lot of TikTok videos of people pole dancing, and I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool, like pretty fun. And I thought I'll just search up, see where there might be places that do it, and it came up with this Platinum Dance Company studio in Gelton that happened to be run by one of my brother's friends.
Emily G.
So I already knew her, so it was like great that I was able to just message her, and I was like, oh, do you do pole dancing? And she's like, yeah, we've got these classes. I think like this class will be really good suited for you. And I pretty much came into it, and it was so fun, and I absolutely loved it from the first day. And
And I wish
been doing
people
it.
could see where you started because you're
Yeah.
so good now. Like when you started, it was hard for you. Like it
Yeah.
was hard. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't climb the pole. You know, like
No.
every single person that walks in.
I had
yeah.
no upper body strength
Yeah.
whatsoever.
And you got those big bad
And-
boys now.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was like, always wanted to get a pull up at the gym, but I was never really one to train it. And then after a year of pole dancing, I was just at the gym and thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And then it was like, oh, yeah, could do it. And I was like, well, where the hell
Those
has
little
this come
wins as well.
from?
They give you like a boost as well. You're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I can do things. Yeah.
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 So it was like, yeah, crazy how just doing that, you're gaining the strength that you don't even realize you're gaining half
Because
the
it's
time.
fun, right? You're not
Yeah.
grinding it out. So I feel like pole dancing is a good exercise for people who don't really like exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
To start off with.
Yeah, and then you get obsessed with it.
Not
If you
anymore.
want to make
Competitive.
something your
You get
personality,
competitive.
try pole dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you get broke from wanting to buy the heels all the time.
Yeah.
New pole set.
Did it help your mental health?
Yeah, it
Or
definitely.
self-confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I've always been one to be really shy and, yeah, a lot of anxiety with all different things. And I think pole dancing, it's the environment Jasmine has created at the studio has made everyone and myself feel very comfortable there. Yeah, and like you just feel so supported and welcomed, and you just know everyone's encouraging each other, and like it's so uplifting. And yeah, even just the learning of new skills that just gives you so much more confidence and just that boost of like, oh, I can do this. And yeah, I think it's just like it's something I'm so proud. Like I watch my videos all the time. I'm like, yeah, I just did that. I just did that. And I was like, yeah,
You're
it's
a
great.
very powerful
don't you?
woman.
Yeah, you do get like obsessed with yourself, and you're like,
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Okay,
well,
look at
it's
me
like,
now.
yeah, it's like self love.
Yeah,
Mm.
self-love.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can definitely say that we've absolutely seen your confidence in the last year
Mm.
from not wanting to perform and us kind of forcing you to perform.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because we believed in you.
Yeah, and at that time, like when we had our showcase going on, like I'm always like, yeah, I'll do a solo. Then it gets in my head. I've got quite negative head, so it's I'm very not good at that. So like,
You're
be like,
working
oh,
on
I
it.
can't,
Okay.
I can't do this. Like, I won't be able to do it. And I had a few other things that had really put my self confidence down outside of pole. That wasn't quite helping. But every time I'd force myself to get into that studio, it might not have been much, but like it was still improved.
It's slightly
Yeah,
helped.
small steps is the way.
How did you go? Because you've performed on stage, yeah?
Yeah, well, just at the studio.
Oh, so-
No, no, no,
and
no.
you've done
Sunshine
Sunshine
Festival.
Festival.
Yeah.
So I got
that,
injured.
so, yeah.
I got injured, and Gracie had to fill in for me.
yeah.
Like short
I
notice, and she
completely
was like,
forgot about that, yeah.
"Yes, yeah."
Yeah, so I guess that was actually my first performance publicly.
How did you go with your anxiety and headspace doing that?
So I had a routine already. Obviously, it had to be a bit adjusted because my routine, I was using 2 poles, and outside it, we just had to use 1 thicker pole than normal. So like I've got really small hands, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to grip onto this. Like this was a bit difficult, but I think knowing I was performing like with Stacia, and then we had a girl, Tiana, a pole dancer from Perth, up that
Shout out to
performed with
Tiana.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that really helped. Like they're both just so supportive. And oh, did you perform?
We did the
away
year
on
before.
holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the support from them really helped me, and I think just the knowing I overcome performing at the showcase and even the
Because she
pole
was shitting
photo
it.
shoot
Yeah.
that we did,
Yeah.
like that gave me a bit of confidence. Like that felt good doing that. So
You like slowly.
yeah, it was
Creeps.
just like, oh, I know
Yeah.
I've done similar sort of stuff
Yeah.
that I felt better after doing it. So
And that you can.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
could-
can,
I could do
yeah.
it.
It's always good just saying, I can do this, not knowing if you can do it.
Yeah.
And just go to it.
Well, the repass.
It comes up all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Even like in my work, people ring me up that, hey, do you want to go out and do that? And I'm like, sure, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's
I've
like,
no idea.
you guys have heard of neuroplasticity?
Can you?
No. So like it's something that can happen within your brain, like your brain is plastic, right? Like it's moldable is what I mean. And if you slowly, like say you look in the mirror and instead of looking at things that are bad, you rewire yourself and you say like, oh, look at my beautiful XYZ. And that can happen with every aspect of your life. So you can really, not overnight, but you can slowly turn those things that you might
those
not like, or your
positive
challenges.
affirmations.
Yeah, but it's real. It's actually scientifically backed. It's not just like woo woo bullshit. It's like
Woo-woo bullshit.
yeah, it's not woo woo. It's real, and you can rewire your brain. So like you can start when you hear those thoughts come in, you've got to be like, is this how I talk to a person I love? No. But then you've got to be like, no, you can, I can, you are good, I believe in you, to yourself. And then eventually it becomes reality. Yeah.
It is a very good mindset to get in.
It can take time and that's okay. And it's not going to be perfect all the time. But if you try, and I think that's like the basis of like my like teaching philosophies through all of my modalities, is that like just show up for yourself as you are, whether you're happy, sad or whatever, and just try. Yeah.
Nice.
Little bit.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just say yes, even if you know you can't, because that's going to be better than saying no.
And by the way, I really sprung it on the girls. I was like, sorry, also there's a podcast coming. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was sprung on us too. I was,
Yeah.
You thought you were getting me, but surprise! Yeah.
on everyone.
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't want people, you don't build up their anxiety. We're here. We might as well do it. Yeah.
Well, you can't really turn back and be like, nah, no,
You
thanks.
can. There's always
I mean,
the
I
option
did
to
the
say
first time. I
no.
went, no, let's walk away.
You can always say no. You can always say no, no matter where you are, no matter what situation you're in. But, you kind of look at it all as a whole and be like, why am I saying no?
And life happens out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Jolie.
I think I think that you're like, you're saying that you're scared to come in. Like we have a lot of people, like I have a lot of people that come in and say to me like, oh, like, but that's just like scary. I don't have enough strength. But I think bring a friend.
Yeah,
It's
bring a friend.
definitely,
Yeah.
like,
Because then you got someone to rely on to.
absolutely. Like
A little safety, like a little safety buddy.
Yeah.
Something
It
that
changes
you
from
can
you
say.
being the worst to where you can laugh at each other and go through it.
And it's
I don't
really
know.
lighthearted. It's not serious at all. Like,
absolutely.
like I'm not a very serious person. You're gonna be all right.
But,
yeah.
and even if you don't have a friend to tag along with you, like as soon as you're there, there's gonna be someone
I'll
that
talk
you
to
can
ya.
make a
Yeah.
joke with or laugh with. Just be relaxed. Like it was
Yeah.
so
Just
simple.
make an awkward joke and then from there on it's fine.
Yeah, literally
Yeah,
just
You
make
start there, there's only there to go.
Yeah.
You definitely got to bring comedy into it. It brings that lightness.
I think that's like a thing that I have like a first memory of from coming to the studio and going, that as soon as I was there was
Because
always
you were by yourself.
someone.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
by yourself.
myself,
Yeah.
but there was always like someone to talk to or laugh with, and just made it that much more.
Because we're all struggling together.
Yeah.
And there's all those
Stacia?
bruises and to bond over.
Yeah, that's it.
What's your relation to how you started pole dancing and your mental health, Stacia? Yeah.
How was good.
what was the no? It was the
What is
first
your
part was-
relation? Yeah.
How'd you get into?
Oh yeah, how did I get into it? So Emily G is actually dating my cousin.
Emily G.
So so she was opening the studio and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll come join, because I used to do dancing when I was a bit younger, but I never really took it serious, so I didn't think I'd go back to it, but I did. And she's like, oh, we've got pole dancing, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a crack, because as a kid, I don't know, like I feel like I have maybe not ADHD, but definitely definitely like I just love to always be moving.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that was like thinking of just climbing like it's a monkey bar. I was like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Oh, the feeling when you first go upside down, it was
Oh.
great.
Oh, it's like a rush. You're like,
Yes.
especially when you've like tried, like you guys got it really quickly because you got like
Because we're the best.
Yeah, so pole at first was just, for fun, and then we moved studios, and I think that was where I kind of clicked, and I was like, I really like this. Like, this could be something that I continue doing. And so it did. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, I've always scared of when I go to places, like new places, of finding the door. That is always the
Yeah.
scariest part, right?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like you get to the door, it's scary, and then you walk in and like everything kind of just leaves. Like it's like
Yeah.
silence to my brain. So I like to use my style of dancing to express the way that I'm feeling. So I do mainly lyrical based performances and routines. So I love to just kind of get, like, you know, you can walk in there and get your anger out. You can, if you're sad, you can dance to it, you know, happy, anything. But you just walk in there and it's kind of like clarity, like your mind just kind of goes into its
Frees
own little
up.
world. Yeah, which is great. But yeah, I guess I had some confidence issues, but I feel like when it came to pole, I never really did because I had such great community to walk into. Yeah. So there was never really any point where I was like, oh, I don't want to go to pole, unless, you know, I've been drinking the night before and it was a 7 a.m. Saturday
yeah.
class. That was a bit of a different story.
We have had a few sunglasses in the corners.
There were a few hangover Saturdays.
We don't do
Those-
it Saturday mornings
yeah,
anymore
they're
due to all the
cancelled.
hungover pole
Yeah.
dancers.
Yeah.
Wait till you spin on a hangover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No sleep.
No.
Not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Pole dancing's dangerous as is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a responsible instructor, I never did that.
No, it definitely wasn't you. It definitely.
Oh yeah. No, but it's just like you walk in there, the environment's great. Like everyone's a bit scared because, you know, some people can be mean. Most of the sports that I've been in before have been bad environments. Like I've been in the horse riding world. That is terrible. Like shocking.
Toxic ponies.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there is good people, and lots of them have left, which is lovely. But yeah, I had probably my worst confidence down bringing through horse riding when, some things happened at a show and it was terrible. Like
So you were a bit nervous to come back.
yeah,
into that
it was shocking
Yeah.
to kind of come back into an area where I was being instructed by someone. I kind of just liked being free and out there rather than having someone swear and yell and scream at me all the time. Yeah, as like a 12-year-old, horrible.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, being told that you're not good enough and that you'll never make it or you're not trying hard enough.
I fucking hate people so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Like she's a
full
child
grown
just doing her
adults.
best. What do you mean?
Shocking.
Why?
And then I walk into the pole community and there is absolutely none of that.
None of it.
Yeah.
If you're like that, then you're just shamed upon and you
Yeah, you
probably
get
don't wanna
like
come in
pulled
there.
up.
It's probably not the environment.
Yeah, it is strange. Like at the gym, we have like Abdul and all them. They're all so positive, which is wild to think about. But at the same time, I'm always like, thank you. I don't do compliments. Just tell me I'm shit and I'll be fine. I like this. I can't do this.
I'm actually with you.
Oh God, no, none of
He
that.
does. I can guarantee he comes home. He's very
And what,
cute,
leave me-
and he jumps around his house and he goes, "Oh my God,
JP, I'm going to give you a compliment.
We're not. No, thank you.
You did really good trying, and you were really brave to walk through the doors, and you looked really good in the shorts.
Took me 2 tries.
Yeah. Do you know what? It doesn't matter how many tries. Yeah.
Should have been better.
But no,
I'm with you though. I'm very much the
I'm
same.
gonna
You know what I mean? Just call him shit and then we're good."
If you say I'm shit, I'll be like, yes, all right.
That you were the shit. I don't want to give you that. I don't want, like, I feel like also I don't like that toxic positivity bullshit that happens. You know how sometimes everybody's happy. You must be happy with me. And that's not reality and that's not good for people, I think. And I think that makes people, gives them more anxiety. You've just got to be like authentic in what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And in your interactions with people. And I think then the rest comes. Yeah.
I think because I'm dead set straight, completely like you. I find it very hard to take compliments. I've gotten better.
Yeah.
But I'm
gotten better,
very,
Carly.
I'm very
Yeah.
critical of myself, very hard on myself. I'm usually looking at what I need to do to get better or what I need to improve on. But I think I saw or someone told me something once that when someone gives you a compliment, they're actually giving you a gift. So would you throw a gift back in someone else's face once they've made the effort to give it to you. And
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
like,
throw that back in my
okay,
face.
I'll
JP.
say thank you. And
That's fair. That's fair. I can't
you can
argue.
call yourself shit, but you still feel it. And because I do, when people say nice things about what I do, I still feel it.
I always feel like
Yeah.
a compliment is a forced another compliment. Like they go,
Yeah.
you did well, and you go, thanks, you too.
No,
Yeah.
you don't owe
Like, well.
anybody
And
anything.
then I'm like, oh shit.
And a lot of the
here we
time,
go.
it's just like their observations. Like if I'm
Yeah.
complimenting you, it's because of something that I am observing and that I want to tell you because I'm thinking it. Like I don't necessarily need to receive one back.
Facts. I think personally, I think it is. Well, I don't know, I call it thick skin. You know, I don't care what you say about me, but that goes both ways. Negative, like you can talk as much shit as you want, but you can also say as much good as you want. I don't care either way. It's just what
I
I,
just get
feel
awkward
personally.
when people compliment me.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to take it.
It's like say thank you because
Thank you.
they mean it. Thank you. And even you don't even have to say that. You can just
It's the same, and I'm pretty sure I've said this in a previous episode, but it's the same with this. Like a lot of people have said, I'm very humble when it comes to this, right? Because a lot of people will come up to me and go, "Yo, what you're doing with mental health and getting out of your comfort zone? It's amazing, and what you're doing is going to change so many like people's thoughts and all this." I'm like, "Thanks, man." I haven't, and my instant reaction is just like, I haven't done anything yet.
But that's
But
obviously
you're
struck a
trying.
resonance with them, and they've felt so much about it that they wanted to come and say something.
Yeah.
So that's actually a lot more about them wanting to say that and thank you rather than you. So all you need to do is smile and say thank you. Yeah,
But then it's like a forced smile. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jazz, Queen. Oh my god.
Jesus.
How did you get into pole dancing, and how has it affected your mental health?
Okay, so a friend asked me, and I said yes. And how it has affected my mental health is positively. So yeah, so I have got ADHD, and that makes you if you can't tell, yeah. So it can make you stuck and hyper focused and not focused, and that can be really challenging to navigate, especially in like a neurotypical world. So just finding ways to move, like in a way that I like, because I find like grinding at the gym boring. Like I don't want to lift a weight and drop it down. Like that's not fun for me. I've got so much self acceptance, which I really wish everybody could have like a little piece
Yeah.
of, because if you just like accept where you're at, you're cool, you're good to go, right? So, and I think pole dancing made that happen. You're so challenged, like in a room full of people in bikinis. You've got like all different body types in there, and you could easily start comparing yourself. But if you just like focus on the pole dancing, keep your brain in the game, which is actually something that I can do with this sport. I can stay focused on it because it's so stimulating. Like you're spinning and you're lifting yourself up, and there's all of these tricks. There's an infinite amount of tricks that are out there that you can do. There's so many different styles. Like there's so much to touch. Yeah, there's so much to touch and do that. Yeah, I don't even.
And I think a lot of people get caught up of like, oh, I don't have the strength or I don't have the flexibility to do that. And it's like, well, you don't need it. Like you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know? It's
Well,
one of those things.
that brings me to the last question here.
I have another. Sorry.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to try pole dancing but is afraid of judgment or the social
He did right.
stigma?
Just do it.
yeah.
If you're interested, or like, don't worry about walking through the doors. Like I know that you guys were so nervous, and everybody was so nervous, and you people that haven't done it might be, but there's like a filter that happens with pole dancing. That people who are judgmental and are not that type of person, that person that might judge you, that person that might put you down, they are not going to walk through those doors. There's no people like that in the room because of the stigma, right? So if you're already
And
a
if
person
they
that can
do,
break
they'll
through,
find the door.
yeah,
very
we'll
quickly.
back out.
Yeah, we're not going to like boot you out, but we'll gently guide you into positivity. Yeah.
Gently guide you into positivity.
Yeah, just gently with like a stiletto, whatever. Yeah.
Those are serious weapons. I have seen the shoes.
Yeah.
It's Stacey. No, Gracie, you got some 9-inch ones.
Yeah,
They're
9-inch
like,
ones.
yeah, heavy shoes.
They're for full.
That's like average.
I knew you were going to say something like that. Just waiting for it.
8.
Yeah, eight
Eight
inches
is
for the shoe, not for your
7.
man.
You know, 6 is real big enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
4's big enough.
I wear 3-inch heels.
If you're worried about the short shorts and
You can do it. It's just uncomfortable.
yeah, you know, like you don't need that to start. It's just going to assist you because the skin creates contact on the pole. The material slips and skin grips. So you don't have to wear the short shorts if you've
Sticky leggings.
Yeah,
there is
there's
other
options.
options.
There's
Yeah.
sticky leggings. You can wear like a loose pants that you can roll up and down. Yeah, my advice would be if you're interested, come try it.
And I think as
Yeah.
far as a lot of people that talk to me about wanting to try it, it's the strength. They keep saying, I don't have the upper body strength. And I'm like, well, you don't need it yet. You are building
You will
it.
build it up.
And you're
We're not going to start you in an Iron X. Like, you just snap one of them in. Yeah. Yeah, throw one of them. Yeah, you're not going to start up the top of the pole spinning upside down. Like you're going to take. We're qualified. We're going to help you. Yeah, you're in good hands.
And I
Yeah,
think although you need a bit of strength
Yeah.
to hold yourself there, quite often the intro moves, you're supporting yourself with the contact with your body to the pole with the rest of your body. That
yeah.
made
You've
no
got so
sense.
many points of
Let me
contact.
start
It makes
again.
sense
Yeah,
to
you
me.
have-
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have lots of points of contact which support your body weight. So you're actually not holding yourself up with your
You're not
arms.
dangling by your shoulder.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
Not
not
unless you're
pulling
doing that
yourself up.
specific trick.
Yeah, yeah.
Which you won't
Which
be
you won't
doing
be
without.
doing.
Yeah.
So
And it's
you start
fun.
easy. Yeah.
You want to have fun?
Coming to it, you're gonna get something out of it. Like whether it's like new friends or you just have a bit of fun or you gain strength, you gain flexibility. There will be something that you get from
You
coming
tap
to a
into
pole
your
class.
inner femininity because we have like sexy classes called Exotic Flow. Like if you
Can I join that?
can join that as long as you do it all.
Oh, I'll be in the 9-inch average size boots.
Lend you some shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still go through starter. Can't even flex.
I think that we
Although
often
this terms class is very hoochie.
Yeah, it is, yeah, we're doing my chick
Even that's a
bad,
bit,
my
like,
chick hood. That's
more
all,
than
yeah,
someone.
yeah, my chick do stuff. Yeah, yeah, it is. My specialty, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you yeah, just leave it all at the door. We'll look after you. If you want to do athletic stuff, we've got that for you. If you want to tap into that like sensual, sexy you that is in there, we've got that for you too. Because I mean, there is people that will want to only come for the athleticism, but there is also people that want to come like as a mum, when you have babies, you can kind of lose a bit of your identity, right? I'm sure you've experienced that as a father. You know, you're a mother too. You guys are my babies. Yeah. So, yeah, you're my baby. Yeah.
You got mummy issues.
Say hi, mum.
We're not doing this against. We're not doing this against staff.
Oh my god. I love
No, it's not a chance.
just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can really regain that like femininity. Like we've got 18-year-olds, we've got 60-year-old women in there doing it, you know, like just because you think you're something, you are not. You can be whatever you want to be at any time with any experience level. Yeah, so if you also could do a private class, so if you're like, oh, I am not walking in there, you can contact the Instagram. Yeah, so you can contact us and we can organise a private class for you. If you're like, oh, I really just want to try with me and a friend. We also you can hire us, not for
just
Not for personal use. I mean, a lot of people want to try it though. They're just too scared.
well, it's because it's.
And my wife, perfect example. Like she's like, I think she wrote that question.
She wrote all. Of,
What's your wife's name?
Michaela.
Michaela, would you please come to pole dancing with us?
She's gonna absolutely love that. She's gonna froth.
Yeah.
You'll probably be
Gonna
with
pop
me.
Yeah, you put me
Thursdays.
on Carly.
Yeah.
to rock up. Did you like my questions?
Yeah, she was like,
I
They were
did,
very
thank
neatly
you.
written and I like them very much.
You're about to steal your wife. Just beware.
hey, that's
Hey, second bet. No.
you wouldn't be the first woman to do that. So it's fine. Yeah, she wrote that down, and I was like, are you doing this? Because that wasn't in the questions. I was like, did you write this down for you? And she's like, no, it was in there.
Well, we'd love to have you, Michaela.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I wanted to touch on.
Yes.
Grace.
Yes.
It was your
Oh.
diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So when did you get diagnosed, and how did that affect your? Did you? No, you started pole after.
After.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did it affect everything?
So I was diagnosed just over 5 years ago, and so I was going into year 12 at high school, and when I first was diagnosed, I was very like shy about my diabetes. I didn't want anyone to see that I had diabetes, so like I had
Did
to
it kind of make you
finger
feel
prick
like
and-
you had almost a disability in a way, like it's something stopping you from?
I think because
Yeah.
also like they labeled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah, it definitely felt like
Othered.
yeah,
Yeah.
othered. And so doing like my insulin injections or finger pricking, like when I went back to school, like I'd literally leave class early before like a lunchtime or a break, to do my insulin, to do check my blood sugars. But now, like even when we did our whole photo shoot, like the photographer was like, "Oh, did you want me to like blur out my glucose monitor that I wear on my arm?" I'm like, "Oh no, like
That is
nah,
me.
like
Yeah,
that's me.
girl.
Like I
Yeah.
like wear it proud."
Pride,
And
yeah.
I think with pole dancing, it's also just given that like extra confidence of like being able to do, like feeling like, oh yeah, I can do anything.
Yeah, like setting your mind to
My
something,
diabetes
even
got
though
me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like it hasn't held me back.
So how did you feel when you first got diagnosed to how do you feel now
I was
in relation to your diabetes?
you should be having the card in.
yeah.
Same question.
Yeah, so when I was first diagnosed, it was like it felt like I wouldn't be, I guess, like
An
a normal
athlete,
person.
yeah.
I almost feel like it would be like a grey cloud over your head the whole time.
Definitely. It very like can take over your mind at first, like you're always thinking about it, always
Well, it
thinking
takes
of
time, doesn't it? You've got
what
to
your
monitor yourself.
what
Yeah.
your sugar levels are doing. Exercise also drops your sugar levels. So like a lot of people think, oh, you get low sugar levels, do you have to inject yourself with insulin? But insulin actually brings down your sugar levels. So you have insulin when like I eat carbs or sugar.
Yeah.
But I don't need as much when I'm exercising because that would do it automatically, really. But yeah, it sort of caused this cloud like, oh, like I'm not going to be able to be my own person, like sort of like be on my own. I had my mum, when I was first diagnosed, she would wake up throughout the night to finger prick me to check my sugar levels, just so that I could have a good sleep. And like to me, I was like, oh well, how am I ever gonna, like, if I ever live on my own, like how am I
How
gonna
am I
be able
going
to do
to
that?
navigate the world? Yeah.
Or if something does go wrong. Yeah, so it sort of felt like yeah, how am I gonna do normal things like people do by themselves? Like especially if I do get too low blood sugar, like, and I don't hear the alarm that goes off on my phone, like, oh, what's
She's not laughing at you. He's
Yeah,
laughing at
I
him.
know.
Very heartfelt moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it
respond
was
well to
very
compliment.
like,
Yeah.
oh. Yeah, don't know how I'll manage like myself, but
But you can do it. You've shown yourself that you can.
yeah, and it really is like, stuff happens to people all the time that you've got to deal with in life, and now it just sort of just feels like
You're
that's
normal.
going on in the background, and like yeah, I'm just living my life, and
There's something
like
that you
that comes
said,
next.
like that you felt like you just what was it about the diabetes not being you? You're Gracie,
It's
Oh,
not
not
of you,
not a
but it's-
diabetic.
No,
Yeah, and it was really like nice and profound.
yeah,
Yeah,
diabetes
yeah.
doesn't own you. I'm just a person with diabetes.
Yeah, yeah.
Diabetes is your bitch.
Yeah,
That's
like,
right.
diabetes doesn't make who I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm still my own person.
Yeah.
And that's what they
And you can
told
still
me.
do what you want.
Yeah, and that's what they told me at the hospital. They were like, I think it's changed now. Like the thing that they said to me was, oh, don't let diabetes stop you. Like, you can do anything but be a pilot. I think that was the one thing.
Damn
Like,
it's my dream.
you couldn't be a pilot when I was diagnosed, but I think that's changed now. I'm not 100%
I don't know.
sure.
I'm not
Two
up with
pilots,
pilots.
one can
Yeah.
have
You're a
diabetes.
professional pole dancer. Yeah, that's way better than being a pilot.
But yeah, so, and that was like sort of
Is it?
clicked in my mind, like, oh yeah, like I sort of understand now of having diabetes. Like, it's not me. It's just
I
something
think
I've
that's
got
like
to
a
deal
strong
with.
association that people need to make with everything. Like you hear things like, I'm fat. And you're like, no, fat is just a part of your body composition. It's fine. You are not just fat.
And-
like, or I'm a mum. And it's
And
like, yeah.
diabetes has that very big stigma about it. A lot of people are like, oh, you've caused this to yourself. Like you've just ate too much sugar. And it's
just
like,
love
well,
candy.
no, it's not. It's just my body decided to attack itself, and now my body doesn't produce insulin.
Because it's hereditary, hey? Your one? Type 1?
It can be, but no one in my family has it at all.
Golden egg.
One and
I'm
only.
the one and only, which fucking shit.
You know, you're the special one. You're
why
the
is it
chosen one.
yeah, it's like, what the fuck? What did I do? But nah.
Yeah.
It's just, so it can be passed down with family genetics, but yeah, it's also just like a switch that can happen. Your cells just start attacking each other.
Do you think it's made you more mentally strong, getting diagnosed and having a label on it?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like after being diagnosed and they sort of said what the symptoms are being undiagnosed, I was like, oh, that sort of goes back like a couple of years. I thought I was living like undiagnosed for at least a couple of years because the symptoms obviously start off very light and then they get worse and worse. The more the cells die off.
I'm sorry.
We're going to get karma on that plan.
Stop
Yeah.
stroking your fern. Put it down.
They're always stroking their fern, these boys. Yeah.
It's good fern.
I got a wife to do that, not me. No, I don't do that.
I have fern.
Grace is trying to tell a fucking important story, all right?
And I'm trying to just be
Sorry,
quiet.
He'll get 5 spankings later.
Support plant. Yeah.
What was I going on about?
Diabetes.
Diabetes and if it's
Diabetes.
made you more mentally strong.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely has. Because now I'll literally be walking down the street, like Christmas markets on Marine Terrace. I'll be walking down there and I'll just inject insulin into my belly, and it's like, see people like,
What the lady doing?
why is she stabbing herself? But it's like,
And people do
just gonna
ask
go.
you. Like, I remember when my mum walked into the studio once, she's like, what's that yum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually get like a couple people at the gym even come up to me, and I think, especially when I started first at the gym, I was not confident. Like, I would not want anyone to speak to me. But now it's like, oh, they come up, ask about my diabetes, and I'm like I actually like it because I'm informing people that of things that they're not really quite aware of.
And I think people that look like you also, I think people, they don't expect like this strong, fit, young,
Yeah.
shiny woman to
Yeah, I've
be
had
like
people-
have diabetes.
I've had
Yeah.
people comment like, "Oh, you can still work out this hard with diabetes," and it's like, well, yeah, I'm still a normal person. I can
You've
still do
definitely
it.
become an advocate for it.
Yeah,
in
girl.
several
Yeah.
different ways. Yeah.
That's kind of why I wanted to touch on it, because I know a few people with diabetes, and a lot of the time when they have it, they think that their life kind of just goes downhill and they can't be the person, they can't go out and party, they can't eat this, can't eat that, you know what I mean? So, like having someone that does it, right, and is not only muscly, but also, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean,
Muscular.
as in,
That
like,
could be taken as a
tone.
bad way. She's fucking
yeah.
awesome. Like,
no, she is like
Yeah.
toned, very, very toned, very flexible, very
athletic. She's
athletic.
an athlete. Yeah.
I think you would be a very good person, like you said, to be an advocate for it, because what you do on the pole is amazing.
And you're not trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you wear
like showing it off like a badge.
Punched it. Yeah. Got excited about you.
You're like, fuck yeah, diabetes.
Yeah. And I think as well, glucose monitors have also sort of come into like
the gym world. I feel
The
like
gym-
the health
yeah.
world.
people,
Have
Yeah.
people are purchasing glucose monitors to see what their blood sugars are doing. But
Don't eat this food before this one. You've
But
got to
it's
eat
kinda-
this first.
yeah.
No sugar for breakfast.
it's
Like,
kind of ridiculous because your pancreas all does it. If you're a normal human being,
Yeah, you're good to
it,
go.
it does it all for you. It will produce insulin if if your sugars are too high. If you're not having enough sugar, like your pancreas will
Do its thing.
make
As a
glucose.
diabetic person, what's your opinion on like
On the
people
product.
using like Ozempic and like your essential medicines?
Oh,
yeah, for like weight loss.
Well, I
Yeah.
think
Good question.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Should I join this podcast? I'm going to take over. Yeah.
well, I think those like diabetic medicines as such, I think are more for type 2 people.
People who are more like obese.
The sugar
Yeah,
intake
so-
people. Yeah.
Like I don't really know much on that end. I think if like your doctor says you need it, obviously like follow what your doctor says. But like for a glucose monitor, I wouldn't be going like if you've got the money to go out and purchase this, no subsidized.
Because it's
thing-
expenny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it's expenny.
And if people are just going to go out and pay for it, it's not going to get the government to fund these things.
buy one
So
for
it's-
someone that needs it.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
donate it to someone that actually needs it.
And
Why
it's
are you
like-
doing stupid shit?
Yeah, you talk that talk, girl. You talk that talk, shit. Fuck 'em up.
Preach! Preach! Preach!
No, it is, and a lot of people who are just
That's
overly
paid for.
in the gym mindset where they are buying things that are for other people to monitor their own shit.
I think unless you've got like an actual issue where you need to
Yeah.
monitor it,
There's no
then
need to
monitor
buy it.
But your body, if it's working normally, then yeah, and if it's not, go see
Yeah,
a
you've got
professional.
Yeah. a problem there.
sort that
Yeah.
out.
Don't take it into your own hands.
All right, because we're at the end, we like to do our bonus questions. We're going to go from Carly first and we're going to carry on through. Same as last time. All right. 5 things to improve your mood.
Well, pole,
stealing
obviously.
Jazz's
Love
one.
pole.
The answer.
Surfing, aerial arts, time with family and friends. How many have I got now? Reading.
Yeah, obviously pole dancing.
Podcasting could be one, just saying.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah.
The beach, stand-up paddleboarding, the gym, and I'm stealing Jazz's from our first take, which is sex.
It's good for you. It makes me happy.
Always feels better
Getting it,
afterwards.
Jazz. If you're not getting it, it's not so good.
It's that can be hard to wrangle, but I'm trying my best. Yeah.
You can participate independently. You don't need someone else.
True.
It's
True.
You can participate.
You've been entirely from podcasts and you just thought about me.
Yes, and that's good.
It's
But
okay.
you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing.
So movement, pole. Outside in the sun. Definitely music.
Oh, that's one I had last time.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You love
Yeah.
a sing song.
Yeah, I love a good sing.
Sitting in your own thoughts. That was one that I had from last time. Yeah, definitely. I think people need to do it more. Definitely gives you some time to think about everything. And speaking to other people about your problems when you feel comfortable too.
Good save.
So wise, Astasia. Yeah, I'm like, you should fucking like.
I like fucking. That's what I like.
The youngest one is the most
Jack's Jackson, are you out there? Yeah. Yeah. No, so mine would be yeah. Doing it. Specifically with Jackson. That's like top of my list. Are we talking instant gratification or are we talking like long term?
Hey, we'll go with semi, like within the next 6 hours.
I really like quick fixes. Yeah. So yeah, Jackson.
Shout out, Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson. Yeah. I love some time with him alone.
Yeah, shame.
Yeah, when that can happen, amazing. Yeah, making time for it, I think, is important as well. Like actually trying to do it because it will make you feel good and better. I mean, hopefully, the way I'm doing it, at least. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, fucking, fucking, and then probably, like you said, movement. I really get a good boost when I go to Pilates, if I go to yoga, if I do pole. Any of those make me feel like instantly better. What's something else I like doing? This is the top 2. Do I have 5? Probably.
There's a couple I have not heard yet that I'm surprised of.
What did I say?
Well, you haven't said it yet.
Well, you said fucking and movement.
Yeah, movement while fucking. Don't put that in. I put it in.
Don't worry about it. Hold it under zero pressure. No, don't. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So you got 3 more.
What is something else? I don't like going in the sun. I don't know how you like that. I know it's really good for you, but
Like,
it's not for me.
30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Put your sunscreen on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or don't. Skin cancer's okay, maybe.
I feel like dancing is good, just like moving. I don't know. That's really up there for me. It's one of the most quick fix. I feel like exercise is like the quickest.
Oh, laughing.
Laughing, yeah. I feel like just exercise is like therapy. Like it's the most accessible, easiest way that anybody can do from any background to get. Like just jumping up and down is fun. Like anything. Really, movement is up there for me. Yeah, and then also in the same breath, having like adequate downtime, like making sure you're not getting that burnout, making sure you're making space for those times to have your quiet time.
I think one of you said last time, or maybe it was you, allowing like that doom scrolling, right? That downtime of
Someone said that was me. All right, that's Mark.
Yeah, when you get home from work, like instead of fucking,
Can't do it immediately. The kids are going to go to bed.
kind of relaxing and just doom scrolling for 20 minutes, half an hour.
Just like finding time for yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Also having a shower, like that is something that really makes me feel better. Like washing my hair.
Did you say breathing last time? Was that you?
Well, it's a good
taking
one.
Some really good deep breaths.
I think that was Stacia, but like
I think breathing is probably a very big, crucial part of living.
What, now we're in manual mode? Now we're in manual mode, brother.
definitely like through yoga, there's something called pranayama, which are breathing exercises that are like been around for like ancient times, and there's all these ways that you can like soothe your nervous system just by breathing in different ways. So that's definitely a way to.
Yeah,
that's
that's
like that comes out of yoga for me. Yeah,
But there's why is there so many different ways to breathe?
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
You tell me I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
maybe
Literally.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. I think that's
Hyperventilating when you get scared and.
Yeah, just taking a few deep breaths, like when you were so nervous, just taking a few deep breaths into your belly will actually help soothe your nervous system, and then suddenly everything's not so bad. Yeah, so yeah.
Does anyone else
Text for
take a big
Jackson,
deep
top
breath when
of
they
the
talk about?
pile. Yeah. Moving any way, breathing. Yeah, breathing and
Laughing.
yeah, finding joy where you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, probably not.
Sometimes. Depends.
Nah, they're good. They're cool.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What else you got?
I have bonus questions.
Oh no,
Was that not bonus
But we
question?
can talk for so long.
Well,
Can.
first off,
So bad.
this is going to be a quick yes or no, a couple hot fires. Jesus sandals or Crocs?
Crocs.
Jesus sandals.
Jesus.
I'm wearing Jesus sandals, but my Crocs.
So we're 50-50 split? 2 Crocs, 2 Jesus sandals. Who has the best earrings? Because I noticed you weren't wearing any, but some have multiple, some have a couple.
I don't even have my ears pierced, guys.
Gracie has pearls because she's a rich bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, I got my pearls.
I'd
Which
also you have. What do you think?
Hold up. Everyone turn to the slight side.
I have tattoos in my ears.
I'm going to go with the ones that dangle down as Carly, but then the ones that I guess are on the ear. I'd have to
I'm going to say
Stacia, but
Stacia, yeah.
Gracie has the ones that go all out there, so she's kind of flexing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you.
I've got quite-
She's got extra earrings. She's wearing mine.
Yeah, I've got more holes than none.
Oh my god.
She just means her nose piercing. Each of mine's at the gutter.
Double denim, is that allowed?
Yes.
Did it ever go out?
My friend
ever?
Slay it, queen. I mean, look, it looks really good.
My friend had a blue theme party.
Oh, Lila.
Really?
No, it was Elsie. She's like, you wearing that? I was like, what do you mean?
You're like,
I fucking hate denim, can't do it, And then
Did you think of these all in the podcast?
I thought of them in the last 5 minutes while he was going. You'll probably hear the sharpie in the background. Just writing them down. How did we perform? Just here today. Not the dancing. And then pole dancing as well, I guess.
No, you guys did really good. You're very
yeah.
welcoming and you're non-threatening, which is important. Yes.
It was good that you could laugh about it rather than kind of crying on the floor when you
Yeah, you're doing that
you're
weird
like,
macho toxic bullshit.
like I'm saying like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
that's literally JP. You're describing JP.
Yeah, to be honest, if you ever see me out in the wild or like out yonder, I'm probably the most fucking straight up, won't talk to anyone fucking type of bullshit you'll ever
Good
see in
luck
your
not
life.
talking to me.
Yeah. But then like in here, I'm just like, hey guys, what's going on? Let's do this. And then yeah. But if you see me out there, I'll just be like, fuck off.
See, I'm complete opposite. I'll walk out if.
You asked me for hand sanitizer.
Huh?
like I've never.
So puzzled.
You were like, do you guys have hand sanitizer?
Presuming
At
sombreros.
Did I?
Do you know about your conversation with Stacia, the manager of Zambreros?
For COVID
Assistant manager. Yeah.
Not that cool.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. I think you're cool. Yeah. No, you guys did
No,
good.
like as in like I feel like we were probably mean to you because you used to come in like 5 minutes before we shut.
I used to have a little blue car.
You're fine. You were cool. Yeah, you're.
That's cool.
You're
You
I don't
weren't.
work nights anymore, so it's fine. Come in whenever you want.
I will. No.
But like I feel like we, like as much as we didn't know you, you still didn't. You didn't seem like you were hard to talk to. We were like, oh, you want to come in any earlier? And you're like, nah, I just finished at the gym. Like,
Not a chance.
but it wasn't like, oh, fuck you. Like I'm
Not this
giving a shit.
fucko.
But then you were like, oh, have you guys got any hand sanitizer? I was like, I've got some in my bag. I'll go grab it for you.
Or you're outing
And
Zambreros on their work health safety. Well, how did you find us as interviewees?
Well, see, I was actually going to say this before. When we walked into your studio, I think everyone's energy allowed us to act like ourselves, right? Because I think like one of the things is like us trying to act a certain way when we're not,
Yeah.
and like me fucking spinning around the pole and saying "Slay queens," like
Finding comfort in a place that's not comfort.
yeah. So and I think also like when I was talking to you about when I was listening to the audio, I could hear the trembles in your voice, and I was like, she's so nervous. I was like, this makes me so sad because like we try and make this environment to be as comfortable as possible, and we'll make jokes to.
It's definitely the camera, not you.
Yeah.
It is. It is
Definitely.
hard.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And a
daunting.
big microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got this big old boy like staring at me, right, looking at me in the eye. Yeah.
Scary.
But I feel like you were way more confident.
Way more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
spoke
I
this
felt
time.
very like
Yeah.
couldn't think while I was speaking. I was
It's one thing, as soon as you're like there, or like not speaking, you're like, yeah, I'll say this, and then you go, oh shit,
Well,
yeah.
that's like even me. First of all, thank you for redoing this episode.
Yeah.
Just because
We do apologise for the
Yeah.
fuck up.
apologies. And one last request. I was thinking of this the whole time. Can you look into that camera and say subscribe to the Intersect podcast?
Do you want us to count down?
yeah. That.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Subscribe to the Intersect podcast.
Slave. Well, that's it.
That was a
See,
lot better.
slay is part of your vocabulary.
I've got girls and they'll be dancing. I'm like, fucking slay queen.
Yeah, good.
And they're just like, yeah, dad.
But I think it's important for dads to like just like to, you don't want them to, like, you're like their representation of like a man, right? And you don't want them to like marry a fuckwit.
I want them to look at me and go, I want a partner like the way that my dad is, right?
Yeah, so it's important to treat your wife, Michaela, my new pole dancer, really well, so then they know the standards.
That is the end of the Intersect podcast, episode 25, with these absolute beautiful queens from Platinum Pole Dancing.
Platinum Dance Company.
Thank you. Platinum Dance Company.
Emily G.
I was close.
Emily G.
Emily G.
Emily G.
What's the email, Matt?
Intersect.pod.
You were doing really well. It's okay.
All right,
Deep breath and try again.
send it in at intersect.pod24@hotmail.com.
What are they sending in?
Anything you want.
No, don't. If I get one dick in my DM, I'm going to send it to your mother.
And please plug in all your socials.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah. So people can follow you. Or if you don't want to plug it in, then that's fine.
I can't remember what mine is.
We can write them down after if that helps.
Carly Narette.
Is it Carly Narette? Is that it? Carly Narette?
Let's find
Carly
it.
Narette on
Carly
Insta?
Narette on Insta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know because I tag you and things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
For all my pole dancing, it's Gracie's polling _, something like that. And then just Gracie Brimson. That's me.
So, Stacia Brio, spelled STACIA, and then BREHAUT. Yeah, funky.
Mine is at Pole at Platinum for all of the class-based stuff. And if you want to follow my personal pole dancing, it's pole.jasmine.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Wonderful.
Episode done.
Yes.
Thank you, Queens.
That's
Absolutely
wunderbar.
amazing. This episode will be out on Monday.